Imagine being trapped inside a $1.8 billion US Navy warship in the middle of the South China Sea with absolutely no power, no air conditioning, and no working toilets. For 4 agonizing days, nearly 300 American sailors lived through this exact nightmare. As the interior temperatures skyrocketed to a brutal 37 degrees Celsius, the multi-billion-dollar Aegis destroyer became completely helpless, drifting blindly in contested waters. The Pentagon kept this catastrophic failure a complete secret from the public until now. Welcome to Horizon Fact Files. If you love uncovering hidden truths, deep-dive military documentaries, and breaking maritime mysteries before anyone else, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon right now. Because in our upcoming file, we are exposing another terrifying secret military operation that you absolutely cannot afford to miss. But today, we are opening the secret files of the USS Benfold. On July 24th, while navigating the strategically tense and heavily monitored waters of the Indo-Pacific, a catastrophic main generator failure completely wiped out the ship's entire power grid. In an instant, one of the most advanced guided missile destroyers on Earth was reduced to a floating metal box. Without power, the ventilation systems died, turning the lower decks into a suffocating greenhouse. The galley services failed, meaning no hot food could be prepared for the crew. Even the basic plumbing and flush systems stopped working, forcing hundreds of sailors into unsanitary and dangerous living conditions. For 96 hours, the crew fought the extreme heat and deteriorating conditions while trying to restore power in total darkness. But the crisis didn't stop there. Because the USS Benfold was completely immobilized, the U.S. Navy had to launch an emergency logistics mission. Another American warship, the USS Robert Smalls, had to rush to the scene just to supply food and essential provisions to the stranded crew. Eventually, a commercial tugboat had to be deployed to tow the massive destroyer all the way to Subic Bay in the Philippines for emergency repairs. This incident raises a massive, terrifying question for global military experts. How does a premier frontline warship just go completely dark? This is not an isolated incident. In fact, this is the second U.S. destroyer to suffer a total power loss this year, right after the USS Higgins went completely dark in the middle of the ocean back in May. Military analysts are now warning that the U.S. Navy is stretching its fleet to a dangerous breaking point. With ships deployed for months on end without proper maintenance or port calls, critical systems are bound to fail. Was this a simple mechanical failure, or is it a sign of a much deeper crisis within the American military readiness? What do you think really happened on board the USS Benfold? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. To catch more evergreen docu-files and our upcoming thrilling episodes, stay tuned with Horizon Fact Files. Signing off for today, see you in the next file.